Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Iman bin Rashidi. My part is question 1. Question 1. Compare the percent of nitrate ion in 100 ml 200 ppm calcium nitrate with 100 ml 0.0 molar calcium nitrate. Density for 200 ppm calcium nitrate is 1.13 gram per mil and 0.01 molar calcium nitrate is 1.42 gram per mil. Solution. Step 1, we calculate the mass of calcium nitrate in solution. We use formula A equal to M over V. So take the density over mil equal to molarity over 100 mil. So we get the mass is 113 gram. Step 2, we find the number of mole of the solution. So we get 0.6890. Then we calculate the mole of calcium nitrate. So we take 200 mg over solution times 1 mole over 164.1 mg times 0.1 liter times 1 mole over 1000 mole. Then we get 0.0001 mole. Step number 3, we calculate the mass of calcium nitrate that used to make 100 ml 200 ppm calcium nitrate. So start with 113 gram over 0.6890 equal to X over 0.0001 mole. Then we get X 0.0164 gram. Then we calculate the mass of nitrate. Then we get 0.0002 mole nitrate. Then we calculate it. We take the 0.0002 mole nitrate times 62 gram over mole. Then we get the mass of nitrate, which is 0.0124. We calculate the percent. We take 0.00124 over 0.0164 times 100. So we get the percent, 75.61%. Mil for 100 mil, 0.01 molar calcium nitrate. We have the formula density. So we use the same way like the other one. We just calculate it. We find a mass, and we get the mass of calcium nitrate is 142 gram. We find the number of mole of solution, and we get 0.8659 mole. Then we calculate the mole of calcium nitrate, and we get 0.001 mole. For step number 3, we calculate the mass of calcium nitrate that used to make 100 ml 0.01 molar calcium nitrate, and we get the X is 0.16399 gram. Take mass of nitrate, get 0.124 gram as the mass of nitrate. For the step number 4, the others, we calculate the percent, and we get the same one as the before. So the percent of nitrate between 100 ml 200 ppm calcium nitrate and 100 ml 0.0 molar calcium nitrate is same, which is 75.61%.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Amin Shahid bin Muhammad Zulkifli from class RAS Form 5 3A, and I'm going to be presenting question 2A and 2B. Question A. Compare the precision and accuracy between these students' results. First of all, we have to know what is the precision and accuracy before doing the answer. Precision is how close does the measured values of each measurements that have been made in the same way. Describing the reproducibility of the result, which is the agreement between two or more. To find the deviation, we have to use a formula which is value obtained minus mean value. So, we have to calculate the mean value by dividing the sum of the replicate measurement by the number measurement in the set. For example, we have to total up the number for each number in the student 1 trial and then divided the number of trials the student 1 have done. Student 1 have done 5 trials, so the total of the measurement have to be divided by 5. Student 1 get 56.06 and students 2 get 55.18. Next, we have to use the deviation formula or precision formula. We have to minus each of the result that the student 1 and 2 have and minus with the mean value that we get for each student. As we can see, the deviation of the student 1 is much more smaller compared to the deviation of the student. For the accuracy is how close does a measured value is to the actual, true or expect value which we believe to be correct, expressed in terms of error or absolute error. We can find the accuracy with the formula value obtained minus true value. If the error is small, then the value is accurate and the accuracy of the result have been obtained. To know the accuracy, we have to look at the true value. The true value have been mentioned in the question, which is 55.00 ppm. So we have to use the formula to get the accuracy by subtracting the result of each student with the true value. As we can see, the error of student 2 is much more smaller than the student 1. This shows that student 2 is accurate than the student 1. For question 2b, determine whether the outlier should be rejected or accepted for both students' result at 95% confidence. We will proceed for the student 1 first. For step 1, we have to arrange the number in an increasing order between suspected value and its nearest neighbor, and then we have to calculate the difference between suspect value and its nearest neighbor, and we will get the biggest number, which is 0.15. In the next step, we have to calculate the range difference between highest and the lowest value W, and we will get the result of 0.28. In the next step, we have to use formula A over W to get Q experiment result, and we will get 0.536. Lastly, we have to compare the Q table with the Q experiment. In this case, the Q table is 95% confidence. If the Q experiment is higher than the Q table, then the result can be rejected, but student 1 get 0.536, which is much more smaller than the 0.710, so the result for the student 1 should be accepted. Next, we will proceed with the student 2. We have to calculate the difference between suspected value and its nearest neighbor, and we will get the biggest number of 0.89. Next, we have to calculate the range difference between highest and the lowest, and we will get 1.5. Lastly, the result of student 2 is 0.593, which is more smaller than the 0.710. This shows that the Q table is higher than the Q experiment, so the result for the student 2 should be accepted. So for the conclusion, the outlier for both students can be accepted, which is the data mean, which is for student 1 is 56.23 and the student 2 is 54.21.
My name is Muhammad Aiman Hamizan bin Muhammad Nordin, and I will be presenting for question 2C. So the question is, distinguish the confidence limit between these two students' results at 95% confidence. So I have tabulated the data, and first we need to find mean. The mean for student 1 is 56.06 Next, we need to find standard deviation, which is S. We need to use the formula, but I simplified the calculation by using the table. So I got 0.107. Next, we need to find the degree of freedom, which is 4. The formula is n minus 1. N refers to the number of trials, so there are 5 trials. So 5 minus 1 is 4, and t equal to 2.78. T we can get from the notes. Lastly, we need to find the confidence limit. The formula for confidence limit is mean plus minus t multiplied by s divided by square root of n. So the answer is 56.06 plus minus 0.133. Next, for student 2, the table is different from student 1 because the data is also different. First, we need to find mean. Mean for student 2, the data is 55.18. Next, we need to find standard deviation. Standard deviation S equal to 0.590. Next, we need to find degree of freedom. The degree of freedom is the same, also 4, because the data also 5. So 5 minus 1 is 4, and t is 2.78. Lastly, we need to find confidence limit, which is mean plus minus t multiplied by n and divided by square root of n. So the answer is 55.18 plus minus 0.734.